works together for the good of students, right? So last week we did an article, and you guys see all the articles up. And what we did with this article, I'm going to tell you the name of the article. It's called "Are Schools Failing Black Boys?" It's from a parenting magazine, okay? And you'll read the article and you'll kind of figure out that it wasn't written last week. And after you read, maybe 2 or 3 paragraphs, what we did is we jigsawed the activity. And our activity was called Jigsaw with a Twist. So the teachers got the article, we divided it up like, you do a normal jigsaw. But once they got done reading, the teachers came back together and talked about the section and highlighted things that triggered certain thoughts in their mind. Well, the twist happens when, after you share that information with your group, you divide out, and what we did is we blew the article up. Then you start writing your ideas on the paper, and then you do, it's called milling to music. And you put the music on, and you just write down whatever thoughts that whatever you read, the thoughts that are triggered, you just write it down.
This one's about stereotypes, and it says the teacher always asked me about football, and it's like, because I'm black, I should like sports, and he wasn't interested in his real interests. So that kind of stuck out.
I totally can relate. A mom said, in my house, C's were not acceptable. And I have to tell you that same thing happened to me. And I had an educator, unfortunately, tell me, well, for many of our parents, C's are acceptable. And I was devastated as a parent. So I really related to that.
So what's been happening with your learning and the manner in which you learn through Minnesota Humanities Center, if you've noticed, most of the events that you come to that we're hosting, particularly when we are hosting them, Minnesota Humanities Center, you usually are meeting in circle in some sort of way. It is in circle. So today, that's what we're going to focus on, is what goes into the center. So I had requested that you bring in an item, a gift, that you consider to be a healing thing. We're going to ask you to put your gift into the circle, but you will share what it is that you're placing in the circle and leave it there.
Last year was my first start at Blackburn, so now celebrating my first year teaching. And now celebrating a year, and to remember where I was last year and to come full circle this year just seems amazing to me. And I love where I'm at, so I brought things to share.
Something we started doing at our school this year is called Positive Pals. And it's like Secret Santa, except it's all year long, and you leave little notes of encouragement or a treat or a trinket to just say, have a great day, or hang in there, you're doing a really good job. And I found that it's been really healing for me to stop and take a step back and think about other people's stresses and things that are getting them down, and the struggles that we all go through, and it has helped me to be more relaxed and brought me peace. So here's a little treat for one of you to reflect.
Some of the stars from that 6th grade class, because there were a lot of stars in that class, but as you can imagine, some students really wanted to talk about the stuff that was relevant to them. So Eskaya, I hope that you're not going to be too upset about talking about background, because it was based on the conversation that I had with her that we got into this conversation that we were a little bit uneasy about. So Eskaya, when we were talking about the book, you said that one of the things that was interesting to you is that when people see you, they make determinations about what they perceive your racial background to be, and you're a little bit more complicated than that. Could you explain to the teachers what you mean by that?
Yes. They judge me by my color, but they don't really know what I am because they don't look at my ethnicity. I get really mad at that because I want them to know what I am, not by my color and what they think I am. But I want everybody to know what you are. You can't just judge somebody by their color.
The conversations we were having about your being from Africa and some of the things that people were saying about your skin and your color and assumptions about who you were. Do you remember the conversations we had about that? What were some of your thoughts about that?
Well, most people would say just because you're dark means that you're attractive to other people. But not everybody is perfect. God made us the way that we are, so we have to accept that. If other people don't, then we just don't
When we had our discussion earlier before this, I said it shouldn't matter what your color is because when we were talking, I noticed that we were all different shades, but we were all friends. So why are you so different with everybody else? Whether you're white, black, Asian, anything, you should be able to get along with everybody. Like, it's stupid, basically. Because I can be like everybody.
I'm glad that Belvedere is doing this because as you can hear these young people speak, they're very articulate and they're very aware of what's going on. And if we can't get teachers to be comfortable with having these conversations and acknowledging these nuances, then the instructional process itself is impacted.
An immersion is not a place that we go to gawk at people. We go there to understand people, not to see them as if some churches are as if they're in the zoo or what have you. So we want to find out what makes this community tick. Some of the stops that we made on the true versions was the Love Jazz Center, Jazz Art Center, the Omaha Star newspaper, William Brown's gravesite, the Afro-American bookstore, Urban League of Nebraska. Based upon those stops, the Community Narratives writing team took it upon themselves to write a series of lessons that would incorporate the tour that we went on.
To learn tonight, learn tonight, learn tonight. Look who came to learn tonight. I'm so glad you're here.